Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, and Grant Miles.
Yeah. Was that your screaming?
I don't know what just happened to my voice, but
Was that your screaming voice? You just screamed?
Astros, here we come.
Yeah.
ALCS.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, this is. Are we on? Yeah.
Is this real
Are we on
life?
right now?
Look. Go ahead. Hate us.
Hate us because you
Hated it.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, gotcha. All right, well, hey, listen up. We're here. Astros just clinched going to the ALCS. Welcome to Sports with Balls. We're waiting to be on the speaker system over here, so
Hey,
give
we're
us a
all
second.
good. We're all good. I know Grant was getting all set up too. I think he's getting yourself a beer because you're so happy the Astros won and advanced, right?
It's
Yeah.
Thursday night, so I wanted one.
Oh, okay.
It's-
Okay, that's
oh,
the reason.
yeah.
Gotcha.
All
I
I mean,
right.
that's great. Congratulations for Houston. That's awesome.
And you're still rocking your blue.
That's right.
Still rocking the blue.
You're not, yeah, we get it. Astros win 11 to, what'd they end up, 11-6? 11-6, man. We move on to the
11-6, baby.
ALCS.
Yes.
So super.
Presley closed it out.
I mean, y'all know me. Like, hate us all you want, man. Here we are. Tampa Bay, we're going to get into it in a minute. Tampa Bay and Yankees I think they just started, so we're
Yeah.
we play the
Yep,
winner of that
first
game.
pitch. Yep,
Should
yep.
be very, very interesting. But hey, listen, we're sitting over here at Christian's Tailgate. Welcome to Sports with Balls. This is myself, Jeff Michael with Lauren Leal, and the G-Man, Grant Miles.
What's up?
The voice of reason.
Yeah.
I like that,
The
yeah.
river.
Yep, yep.
The river. Hey, and listen, Grant, I mean, Lauren asked me if I want to do a shot. I was shocked.
I know. I was for real. Like you said that you came over and you said, "Hey, you want to do that?" Lauren was in. I said, "Hey, Lauren's into it. Let's do it."
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say no to Miss
Yeah,
Leal.
it's very rare
But
whenever
hey,
she's.
Oh, I appreciate that.
we're
guys.
sitting over
I
here at
appreciate
Christian's Tailgate on Kirby. We're going to be here for the next hour. We're going to lead you guys right up to Thursday Night Football, which is an incredible game. We got Tom Brady going at it with the Chicago Bears, so that should be pretty interesting. But before we get into all that, let's get into Lauren's 2-minute drill, brought to you by Joe Applewhite and Applewhite Realty. If you're looking to move or know somebody that wants to move, Joe's your man. Call him at 713-291-5270. Joe Applewhite's going to help you out. And mention Sports with Balls. The guy's going to get you some boxes, and he's going to come help you move.
That's
Hopefully.
right.
Down for that.
We're still waiting on the video from that.
Yes.
I
need
know,
to see
Joe.
that.
Where you at? Where you at with that
Yeah.
video? But hey, I mean, let's play that whistle. Niku is back there on the 1s and 2s today. So
Oh,
happy
yeah.
he's joining us. Sports
Yeah.
with Balls. Whoop, whoop. And it's time to get in those 2-minute drills. As we just saw, the Astros are moving on to the
Whoa.
ALCS 11-6,
The-
baby. Fourth straight appearance in the ALCS. Incredible. 12 RBIs for Correa this series. It's great. Brantley, Correa, and Altuve had a homer today. Great defense by Kyle Tucker. You were mentioning Josh Reddick. Oh,
Yeah,
they look
Reddick had
amazing.
a home run saving catch, which, in my opinion, turned this game around because this whole series has been momentum based. You know, I mean, home run after home run after home run, and we needed a good momentum switch. And Josh Reddick robbing that home run. The next inning, we come back, score 5 runs. It was phenomenal. It was a great job by the Astros. The pitching still a little suspect, But you know, we'll get into that in a little bit in our baseball section.
You know, I thought Greinke was good getting up today. But, yes, as far
Roy,
as,
hold on. Roy said, "Do you think Hinch was at home rooting for the Astros?"
I don't know. I wonder how that interview
bet
went
he
with the
is. I mean,
Detroit
those are his
Tigers.
guys.
I wonder. I
So,
wonder if he
I bet
was,
he's
man.
I
excited.
mean, yeah, it's the same roster, you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
give or
Those
take
are
a
his
few.
guys.
But
Yeah, those are his
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Good question, Roy. Good question. We're going to get to Roy Stanton in a little bit with his group.
Yes, for sure. And staying in MLB just really quick, last night, 7-0, the Braves took over, and they are moving on to the NLCS.
Yep.
So,
Out of
that
the 5
happened at-
games, the Braves have shut out their opponents 5 games. They've had 4 shutouts. That's amazing.
Braves are tough, man.
They look good. But
That-
that's in the NL. I mean, we'll see.
that
what
NL
goes.
series, that NL championship series is gonna be fun to watch. Those are
Yep.
gonna be.
it's in the NL at MNP, which is kind of
Yeah.
crazy. It was crazy to watch. But moving into some football, some news came up.
Hold on. We can't hear your mic.
I figured something was going
Lauren,
on.
your mic's a little messed up. I don't know what's going on with your mic. Can't hear it.
Yo.
I mean, mine's good. Mine's good.
That's all that matters.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Are we all good now?
Yeah.
Are we set?
That's live. This is live for you. This is how things go
Right,
when you're
that's what
live.
happens, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, and so moving on to
It's still
what's
soft.
going on, Niku? I know I couldn't hear myself either. I figured you guys could.
I just can't hear it through the earphones. I think they can hear it over the speakers. I just can't hear you on the earphones at all.
Guys,
Right.
can you hear me back there?
No, I mean I can't hear you at all.
I don't
But
hear myself
anyways,
on the speakers either.
we do have what she was getting into is that the Braves won 7-0, moved on to the NLCS, which is like Grant was saying, that the National League's pretty tough right now, man.
Dodgers Braves is going to be interesting to watch because you've got statistically two of the best teams.
There's a
Thank you
speaker.
There's some
very much. There you
service
go.
right there.
That's right. Statistically, two of the best teams in the major leagues in Atlanta and LA Dodgers, and it's going to be interesting to watch. I think Atlanta got a little lucky that Miami made it and not the Cubs.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a little bit more interesting series as far as Atlanta and Chicago, but Miami caught up with Atlanta, and Atlanta's tough.
Atlanta looks great, man. The Astros look great. The Tampa Bay New York series is on right now.
Yeah, y'all got me? Am I
No,
back?
I still don't have you.
No?
I still don't have Lauren.
All right.
But I think it's just
Silence.
we can't hear you. I think everybody else can, so we'll just have to go with that.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. So go ahead. Well, let's keep going.
Can you guys hear me?
I can't hear you, but I think
Is
everybody else
anybody
can.
on Facebook saying, can y'all hear me? I can't hear Lauren.
Oh yeah, I guess Lauren's mic is out. So you want here?
Yeah.
All
Share
right.
mics. That'd be
I
awesome.
am going
Y'all
to
do
share
that.
with you. So like, hallelujah.
Y'all gonna get to know each
all
other.
right, so that's right. Moving on from baseball for a quick minute. So Titans and Bills game was just moved to Tuesday. Now reports are pending. Jeff had one for Tuesday. I know Grant had one for Monday, but that
Yeah.
game is being it has been moved to either Monday or Tuesday due to COVID. And the Washington football team, what's going on with them? They are going to bench Dwayne Haskins. They thought was their man, not anymore. Staying in the NFL, going to Lamar Jackson. He missed practice again today, 2 straight days, and I lost Jeff for a second, but we're all good. We're all good, man. This is live production.
I'm surprised about the Haskins move. I mean, granted, it's 4 games in, but I mean, they drafted him pretty high. It's not like they have a lot to go with. You okay? Okay.
I'm falling
You
off my
about to fall
booster
off?
seat too.
They don't have a lot to go with behind them, and they go in Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen played good last year in Carolina, but it's not like he's going to be a difference maker. So it's surprising that they've given up so fast on Haskins because they've kind of invested a lot in him, and I don't know if that means the head coach is going to be, if they're wanting to win. I mean, right now in the NFC East, it's up for grabs. Anybody can win, and maybe that's what he's wanting to do. Is he's wanting to go for the division this year.
See, I don't know. You make that argument about Kyle Allen. The thing is, investing in Dwayne Haskins, I feel like they've given him time after time and shot after shot. I know we can dispute that a little bit later.
Yeah, I
on,
mean,
but
I can see that. I mean, it's not like he's been rocking it out this season, but he's on a Washington team that is not great.
hey guys, am I back?
Oh, there she's back.
Oh, she's back.
Maybe me jiggling with some wires did it.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Lauren.
Thank you, Jeffrey. All right,
As far
you're
as
back.
Dwayne Haskins is concerned, yes, short lease, bro, for real. I can't believe that they gave up on him that quick. Dwayne Haskins, especially with the Washington football team and the
Correct.
trials and tribulations that they're going through, why not give this kid a few more games? It's not like they're that bad.
I feel like they've given him a lot of opportunities, though. I feel like they have, not just this season.
Well, what I wonder is, I wonder if it's an indication that the team maybe feels like they can compete, because I feel like if they feel like they wouldn't, they would continue to ride them out, let them improve, let them get game. Maybe they think they can compete, and so they want to put somebody in that can win.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll get into that. There's a bunch of football we're going to get into, too.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Lamar Jackson missed for 2 straight days. Yesterday, apparently, it was due to his knee, hurt, injured, whatever you want to call it. Today, apparently, it's his stomach. So I don't know what's up with Lamar Jackson. We know what he can do, what he can deliver.
I just think the coaches are making up stuff for
I
him
don't-
to
I
just
don't know what's
rest.
going on.
Like, I mean, he has Lamar Jackson been himself this year? Not yet. You know, the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs annihilated them. That was kind of embarrassing. But Lamar didn't come on really that strong until the second half of the season last year anyways. I know because I traded for him in fantasy. And the second half of the season, Lamar Jackson went absolutely berserk. So, maybe he's a second half player.
Well, and you have him right now. So
Yeah, well,
you're
that's why
kind
I
of, you're
picked him.
kind of hoping that he's going to play.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You're putting it out there that he plays.
Yep.
But this is the risk you have when you have a guy like Lamar Jackson who runs the football a lot. You could potentially get him injured. I mean, that's
Yep.
what happens. So.
I totally understand it. What else?
All right, so we are going back to Houston. So the big news broke that Bill O'Brien was fired.
yeah?
So they're
I didn't
looking
know
at they're looking at.
Dude, what a week for Houston.
That's all
I know,
anybody's
what a
talking
week for
about.
Houston.
That if you live in Houston
happened,
like we
and
do,
then
man, what a
Astros.
Great week for Houston sports, man.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, pretty crazy.
If they hire Akeem Olajuwon as the head coach, man, this is the best week ever for Houston sports.
Okay. All right,
Just
Elijah,
throwing that out
you're
there.
out there listening. You may get a call from Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
So, Texans, Jack Easterby is going to be stepping in for the remainder of the season for the general manager position as he's the vice president of football operations. It makes sense going interim just like they did with Romeo Crennel on the defensive side, now doing the head coach play calls. And staying in the NFL as well, Jimmy G and Rashad Mostert. I never know if I say his
Mostert.
Mostert. I never
I know
if
because I
say
got
it
him in
correctly.
fantasy.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been hurting since he's been out.
I have been. Well, actually, I picked up Jerry McKinnon, who has played very well since his absence, so it's fine. San Francisco's actually been playing good too. They lost a heck of a game, but
I was surprised by that.
yeah.
I was surprised they lost Philadelphia.
Philadelphia finally put a decent game together and
Yeah.
came up with first place in the NFL East with one win,
And one tie.
one time. Good job, Philly.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's right. So those guys may be back on the field. Jimmy
And,
G and Rashad.
Justin Herbert, Bear, whichever way you want to pronounce
I know
it.
you say it different every time.
Has been announced as a starting quarterback for the Chargers, which we talked about this before. Just, man, he cannot catch a break, Tyrod Taylor. I mean,
no.
he just
I feel bad for
cannot
that
catch
guy.
a break. But listen, that's the right move for the Chargers. The guy looked phenomenal, so let's see what he's got.
There you go. There you go. And some fun news. Speaking of tonight's game, the Bucks. Tom Brady is closing on his house at $7.5 million in Clearwater, Florida.
His
Have you
wife
seen
paid
this?
cash.
Have you seen this?
He's
Yeah.
he's staying in Jeter's house right now. I
Yeah.
think right. He's renting Jeter's house out.
Guarantee you, his wife.
It's like
his
$20
wife
million
just-
mansion.
His wife just paid
Isn't
cash
it funny
for it.
how all these
I'll buy
celebrities
you.
just
I'll buy you a
like,
house, sweetheart. Here you go.
all these celebrities just like, oh, I'm going to stay at your house until I know, like going into the music world, Jason Aldean was staying somewhere like at Blake Shelton's house until his was built.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all of that stuff. It's just like, oh, come stay in
Guess
my mansion.
who's about to be able to afford one of those mansions?
You.
George Springer.
George Springer, yeah.
That's right.
Getting back to the Astros, listen, again, the Astros won 11-6 and are heading to their fourth straight ALCS. And everybody knows me. I couldn't be more happy about this with all the people that left, the Astros base fans that left because of this trash can scandal and all this. Like, it drove me absolute bananas that people thought that this team was not good.
Did they lose fans because of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had people all over my Twitter, all over Facebook, everything being like, oh, listen, I thought I lost all respect for Houston Astros because, I'm like, come on, man. Really? Every team cheats in baseball. They just got caught doing it in another way. I mean, look.
Don't say cheats. All right. It's getting their edge and taking their advantage.
Advantage. There you
Yeah.
go. You try the best you can because, I mean, the guys are, they're throwing 99, 100 miles an hour. Look, the steroid era, was that any different? I believe so. That was huge, but I don't think that people thought the Astros team wasn't good enough. And then look, you forget that last year they went to the World Series. They were 4 outs away from winning the World Series. And this
the
team,
craziest World Series where no one could win on their home turf, which is what's happening. What's happening in all of these?
nobody's
all of
winning
these
on their home
series.
turf right
nobody's
now.
winning.
It's weird. And speaking of winning, so the Yankees just had a solo bomb, I believe, to center. it
John
was?
Voight.
Yeah, off of Ryan Thompson.
I
of
wanna-
the Rays, so they take the lead. So
I want to
far,
personally
on
thank
second.
the LA Dodgers for renting their stadium out to us. I appreciate that,
I know.
Dodgers. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that. We won 3-1 in that stadium.
Man, Jeff.
That's got to be something for them. I mean, that's amazing.
I know. How do you feel if you're the Dodgers right now? Obviously, they're playing in their own series, but how do you feel if you're the Dodgers right now and the Astros just beat out ALDS?
Well, I mean, they're used to seeing that. So, I mean,
Yeah, well, that's where we won. I mean, look,
Nothing
we won the
That's
2017 there. We won the world. We closed it out there. We obviously are comfortable in that park. Springer's comfortable in that park. We had 3 separate players hit 2 bombs in a game. So
What I thought was weird with the Rays and the Yankees was Charlie Morton. I'm not sure if you caught any of this game
last
but,
night?
Yes.
No, I did not.
Yes, Charlie Morton on the mound, and of course, like I personally, as an Astros fan and being in Houston covering the team, I did not want Charlie Morton to leave because of how dangerous he can be.
Yeah, I like Charlie Morton, and there was rumors that he was heading back this way, but they obviously didn't. They didn't come to fruition. And hey, we might face Charlie Morton here in a week. You don't know.
So that's the question. That's what it comes down to, I guess. What's your choice? Would you like Tampa to win this game and be the one that you play, or would you like to see the Yankees?
I mean, you asked me this question before, and look, the Yankees are powerful. They don't look as powerful the last two games. Everybody was giving them high praise on that first game when they went up 1-0. They were bombing away. Everybody.
It's the Yankees.
You know, I want to personally beat the Yankees. I want to go back through New York, and I want to go back through L.A. For vindication, validation, whichever way you want to put it. But Tampa Bay scares me because of their little Cinderella story. They've been good for a couple of years now, don't get me wrong, but they are underdogs, and that underdog team scares the shit out of me.
And I keep saying their farm system is strong, man. I don't know what happened to the Astros out in Round Rock, but the farm system for the Rays are strong.
Well, and we say this.
Thanks, Roy.
We say this on the Tampa Bay
What did
Rays.
Roy say? You
I
just
said
mentioned
John
that.
Boyd. It's Luke Boyd.
Oh, you said John Boyd?
I didn't catch myself either, but I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Roy.
Rudy asked you, Jeff, are you condemning cheating?
No, I'm not condemning it at all. But look, they haven't released the Yankees report yet. They said they were going to release that. The Boston Red Sox got off scot-free. You know, there's been different. St. Louis, the guy went to jail because the Cardinals went and picked off a bunch of video from us. I forgot their video guy went and stole a bunch of stuff from the Astros. You know, the Cardinals were cheating. I mean, there's always been, as Lauren likes to put it, you know, trying to gain an advantage, whatever. So, you know, these teams are, you know, they try to gain an advantage, and the Astros got caught trying to gain a good advantage.
I think my mic
A good
No.
advantage.
Did you go out again?
I think I went out again.
No, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep.
So is there such a thing as a bad advantage?
So what I was going to say is that something that I learned this season that I was unaware of is cutting the grasses in each stadium, and we can talk about that later on. But how each of these teams really do rely on they look at their pitching, they look at what's given to them. With each opponent that comes into the stadiums. Sorry, I am watching this Yankees-Tampa Bay.
Yeah, me too. I think you're out a little bit again,
I think I am
Lauren.
out.
Jeez, we're having microphone issues on today's show.
1 2 mic check 1 2 1 2.
We're gonna switch chords. So, shot time. Lauren, you didn't even finish your shot.
Well, no. What I was going to say though is,
Yeah.
we say Tampa Bay is this underdog, underrated, whatever. I mean, when you just look at the numbers, you just look at the stats. Tampa Bay this year, they're one of the tops.
Yep.
Tops in majors. When you look at WHIP, when you look at ERA, that pitching staff, I mean, that's a tough pitching staff. I don't know if you'd want to face those guys. You look at everything broken down as far as Tampa Bay, did you know, is the youngest team in the AL at 27.1. You got Houston being the oldest, 29.2. They're young, they're hungry, they got a great pitching staff. They're above average as far as their hitting stats go as a hitting team. Tampa Bay's not just this underdog that's just lucky to be there.
No,
They're
I said
a solid
they've
team.
been good for a couple of years, and their pitching philosophy is different. They bring in closers from the get-go. You know, they start you. You know, they do 2 innings apiece on pitchers. I mean, look, they're different. Listen, if the Astros bats stay hot like they have been, and I understand the ball was flying out of the park in LA. Like, I get it. You know, I mean, I think there's something like 25, 26 home runs hitting that series, which is just insanity. But the Astros stay hot, they stay hot, man. And they're going to be hard to beat. The only thing that's going to beat the Astros is their pitching. I think their hitting is going to hit. We're going to score some runs. Is the pitching is sort of still a little suspect. And that's my only issue.
Which is one of the reasons why you'd be nervous about playing somebody like the Yankees, because in all hitting categories, Yankees are top. On-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, batting average. I mean, the Yankees mash it.
I'm hoping that they win. I'm hoping the Yankees win this game, so it ties the series at 2-2. Gives the Astros, another day of rest, 2 days of rest. I got to look and see when the ALCS. I can't believe I'm saying it. The Astros are in the ALCS, baby. Like, I mean, that's it for me. That's enough validation and vindication for every single hater about these trash cans things to shut up, man. Like, it's been long enough. Like, look, that was in 2017. Here we are in 2020, and this is the 4th straight year the Astros have been back in the ALCS. And we lost Verlander, and we lost, Cole and everybody else, and we're still mashing. Like, I don't understand everybody's issue. Like, Astros are good. Leave it at that.
Do you think it's still a big deal, though? Like, do you think people are concerned about that
Yeah, I
still,
think
as
so.
far as the trash can situation and all that?
Lauren's
No.
not here. Lauren.
I'm still out. I can't talk.
There you go. Talk. Give us your input, Lauren. We want to know what Lauren wants to say.
Thank you, guys.
Well, let me
If
ask
I
you
can
that,
scoot
Lauren. What
over
do you
here.
think?
What was this?
Would you rather do Tampa Bay? Would you rather, as an Astros fan, would you rather play the Yankees or Tampa Bay?
As an Astro, rooting for the Astros, you definitely want to play the Yankees. Like I said, the Tampa Bay Rays are just dangerous. Now, obviously, right now the Yankees are up, but just what they bring to the table and what they have, their pitching's dangerous. They know how to not leave runners in scoring position. Like I would definitely, if I wasn't going for the Astros, definitely want the Yankees.
Well, and that's why I was telling Jeff, the only thing that I would be nervous about is Tampa.
This is crazy. Sorry.
I
Hold
know,
on
we're
with this,
going back
guys.
and
But this
forth.
has never been this bad. We got this, though. We got this. Are we back? I'm back. No.
All right, no.
You're there a little bit, I think.
Are you?
Hello? Yeah, I think you're there.
Try it again.
Are we doing
No.
this? No? All right. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. I know, and I'm like, y'all
We can
can't see
mime
this,
it.
but
We can
obviously
mime
these
what
guys
we
are
wanna
taller
say.
than I am, and so I have to sit on this little.
You good? You should be good.
Am I good? Am I good?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
We're doing this. I like it. I mean, I'll talk. That's fine.
Where's Dustin at? He would be laughing
But
so
as someone
hard right now.
that has no interest in anybody and just a casual observer, I would like to see the people that I predicted.
You don't have interest in anybody? No one?
In this series, no. I have no interest in anyone. I want whoever to play. I would like to see Dodgers Yankees. I think Dodgers Yankees would be the best. I think it would be the most entertaining.
Ooh.
I think you
Oh,
got
there we are.
top pitching staff. Ooh,
How did that just work for him and not for me?
I don't know.
That's not fair. Okay,
That
top
says
pitching
something about
staff.
you.
You, wanna
You got
see
top pitching staff,
Dodgers
the LA
and
Microphone
Dodgers
checker,
against
microphone
the
checker.
top hitting, the top hitting team in the New York Yankees. You got pitching gets hitting. It's that adage of, like we've talked about before, what's more important, pitching or hitting? And you're going to find out if you have a Dodgers Yankees. I know everybody wants to have the Astros in Houston. I get that, but as far as just to see that experiment goes, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, 'cause
Dodgers,
our
Yankees
pitching
series.
is-
what I
as
would love to
good as the Dodgers.
The thing is, though, too, this is the last run that we're going to see this Astros team. Like, this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
last time we're going to see this
It'll look a
all-star
little
team.
different, but it won't be the last run for the Astros. The Astros are still
No, not
super
last run.
talented.
I
Look
never
at
said that.
Framber Valdez, man. He is coming on. Like
I'm
Right.
talking about the guys that are on the roster right now. You don't know where they're going to be next
Yeah.
season. So this is the last time that we're going to see all these guys come together.
Springer
We gotta
being
do
the
it.
main one. Look, the way Brantley's swinging the bat and him holding it down, like that guy, I think is a must sign. Springer, I think we're going to lose just because of the money. Like we're just not going to have all that to sign all these guys. So,
We saw Yuli just had an extension 1 year.
yeah, man. But
So that was great.
Yuli is, I mean, he looks terrible this series. Like, woo, we have to do something about that. But they still are in the ALCS, so we're still excited here in Houston for the Astros.
Well, and that's why I'm coming at it from a standpoint of somebody that's not a Houston Astros fan. Of course, if you're an Astros fan, you want them to go.
Well,
Absolutely.
and like we said, like once the Astros get hot, they get hot, and that's what they did this series, and that's what they did going into the wild card series. So it's basically, as we mentioned the other day, their third month of baseball. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Anything. But before we go any further, of course, we're going to lead up right into Thursday night football. We got to thank some people for making this all happen. One of them, my guy that you were just on, Roy Stanton.
Roy just said, turn Grant's mic off. He wants the Skanks and the Crybabies in the World Series.
The who?
The Skanks instead of the Yanks. The Skanks.
Oh, my God.
And the Crybabies in the,
I
which is the
like that.
Dodgers. You know, look, do we
I mean,
want
everybody would like to see
Do we
that.
want to see that? What's it? Joe do his little crybaby face again? I mean, dude, listen. An Astros Dodgers World Series with the tensions between those two teams would be phenomenal. I mean, people, that's a hated team, and like that would be awesome. Like that would be absolutely fantastic.
All right, we know Jeff's love for the Astros.
All right.
We have gotten this down.
Yes.
And like I said,
For
this
everybody
show
out
would
there,
not
Jeff
be
likes the
possible without you, Roy Stanton, with Hybrid Technologies Group. Call him up. He will fix your phone, your cable service, your surveillance cameras, cloud services. Give him a call at 832-336-1201. At 832-336-1201, mention Sports with Balls, and you will get a nice little discount. Of course, that is Hybrid Technologies Group.
Yeah.
My turn. You know, today is it's kind of like how it is whenever, like when my wife was pregnant.
Today.
You don't really pay attention to people. No, I'm going to get to it. You don't really pay attention to
Love you,
people.
Melissa.
Yes, you don't really pay attention to women that are pregnant until your wife is pregnant, and then you just see pregnant women everywhere. Now I see construction concept stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I see their trucks. I see their business. I mean, they're all over the place.
I would have related to that to once you buy a new car, you start seeing it everywhere.
Correct, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We've gotten construction.
Pregnant women and construction concepts.
That's right. Great analogy.
That's a good
I'm
one.
an analogy
Get it.
king. But we want to thank them. Construction Concepts. Construction Concepts, Josh, Mark, those guys, like I said, they're all over the city of Houston. They're changing corporate culture one design at a time. From hospitality, corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities, their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call at 713-589-2682 and check them out at buildithouston.com.
You didn't do the Lauren
I didn't do that, no.
You didn't
I didn't
do
do
it,
that.
no. You weren't
Next
feeling
up.
it?
No,
All
I
right,
wasn't feeling that.
Guys,
Let's
we
go.
have some football tonight.
Let's get into some football. We already know the Astros won.
All right, yes we do.
Yeah.
Yes we do. Thank you, Jeffrey.
I know
You're
you'd
welcome.
love to talk about it again, but let's move on.
I got a
All
bunch
right,
of Cowboys
so-
stuff we can bring up.
That's fine.
So we will in a minute. So Bucks, of course, is traveling to Soldier Field. They are both tied at 3-1. The Bucks are in a 1-game lead in the NFC South, while the Bears are 1 game behind in the NFC North. Bucks have a lot of guys out. Chris Godwin, he's on my fantasy team. Justin Watson, Leonard Fournette is doubtful. Mike Evans is questionable. A couple other guys are questionable as well. So there's a lot of different things going on in this game. And I want to know, what are we going to take away and what are we going to learn from this game? We know about Mitch starting and then Nick Foles coming in for the Bears, and now Trubisky is back. Is this going to be
Trubisky's back?
Trubisky's back.
I thought Foles was starting this game. I
believe
could be
I
wrong,
believe
but
Trubisky's
I'm
starting
pretty
this
sure
game.
it's Foles versus Brady. But I have to look that up. We'll look that up for a second. What's the line on this game, Grant?
So you've got Tampa Bay minus 3.5 in Chicago.
See, I think Tampa Bay should be favored at least by 7, 6.5, 7 points.
Well, you do. You got Tampa Bay minus 3.5. Minus 3.5.
Yeah, I think that it should be 6 points. I mean, I take Tampa Bay all day on this game. Like, I really do. I think they've been playing good. The problem is the injuries that Lauren just mentioned. If Godwin and Evans are both out, Brady's going to have a tough problem. I even think that the white boy that's in there, I forgot his name, Miller, he's actually being dinged up a little bit. So
Yeah, he was questionable.
I'm thinking Brady's going to have a little bit of a rough time.
Well, I know when I was walking in,
Borden says Foles is starting.
when I was walking in, I got a report that Evans is playing. They wanted to see how he ran through the pregame, see how he did. He did fine, so they say Evans is going to play. Evans has been playing hurt for the last 4 games, so I mean that's not going to be anything new for him. Like you said, Fournette probably going to be doubtful, out. Godwin out. LaShawn McCoy's out. Even still, I don't know. I still don't trust Nick Foles 100%. I think Nick Foles is definitely an upgrade over Trubisky for sure.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to be curious to see is, which would be scary if you're Tom Brady, is that Chicago defense is tough. That Chicago defense is tough, and Khalil Mack is basically saying, I haven't reached my potential yet this year. He's ready to go. He says, watch what's going to happen. So that dude, I think, is something like he has 1.5 sacks this year, Mack does, but he has like 22 quarterback hurries. And that's what Tom Brady does not like. Tom Brady does not like, well, like a lot of quarterbacks, they do not like people in their face, especially at his age. He can't move as well. So it'll be interesting. It makes me nervous going Tampa Bay minus 3.5 just because of the way Chicago defense is playing. But I'm going to go with what you said. I'm going to go Tampa Bay minus 3.5.
Me too. Lauren.
All right, guys. Thank you for the correction on that. There must have been some sort of.
You're a busy woman, Miss
was-
Leal. We
I
get
know.
it.
I literally.
It was the shot.
I know.
Y'all should have Lauren on a mass text message. It's hysterical. Like,
Why is that fun? Why is it so funny?
Lauren, you don't know what Lauren, like, it depends on how busy she is and what message you're going to get back. You know, sometimes they're Lauren Leal, nice, sweet, awesome, beautiful, blonde hair Lauren Leal text messages. Sometimes it's, you know,
I ain't got time for this.
Hey, what else is it gonna be? What else is it gonna be?
sometimes
Please
it's
tell
not
me.
the nice, sweet, pretty 3, Lauren Lee?
It's the. I ain't got time
is
for this
it?
text message.
Yeah, I don't have time for this crap. Screw y'all.
I'm busy. What do you want? yeah, exactly.
Say,
Bounty or Sensei.
I had
correct.
questions today. You answered them. I said thank you for the confirmation.
What's next?
All right, what's next is the matchups going into Sunday. So there's not honestly too many big games to mention. It's not going to be as fun of a Sunday, but we will talk about some of the matchups here tonight. Raiders versus Chiefs.
It is a boring looking Sunday. Like, I mean, if you just look at the matchups across the board, there's not some really good games this weekend, man. There's only 1 or 2 games that are actually really intriguing.
For sure. I mean, you do have a couple here, but yeah, I mean, you've got some teams that are. I mean, you do have the game that's the most interesting to me, which I don't know if I don't think we're going to get into, but is the Cincinnati-Baltimore just because of Joe Burrow playing against that Baltimore defense. That'll be interesting to watch for me. Plus, Cincinnati right now, man, they're 3-0-1 against the spread. Cincinnati's good if you want to bet.
Well,
all right, Lauren, what we got?
And I was going to say, and personally for me, I think that I'm interested to see what the Texans do with Crennel up there without Bill O'Brien. And I think everyone's going to be kind of, keeping their eyes out to see what happens in that game.
Yeah, I want to see if
Jags are coming to town.
How the offense runs now without Bill O'Brien having his hands in it. And I think how fired up the players are. Remember I mentioned on Tuesday, if Bill O'Brien being fired had changed the line with the Texans. And I think it did. Like, I mean, these guys are going to. I think these guys are going to be fired up to play for Romeo Crennel. I think the defense will be a little bit better. And what's the line on the Texans game right now?
So
3?
right now you have Texans -6.
-6?
Yes.
Okay.
-6.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Jags? I don't
Against
know.
Mustache Minshew.
Mustache Minshew.
Yeah.
Look at okay.
Lawrence Sweetheart.
No comment.
No, I think they'll come out fired up, and especially when you hear about the things you've been hearing in regards to Bill O'Brien and having verbal shouting matches with J.J. Watt.
All the things that have come out the
with
last
all
couple
the guys,
days.
yes,
Yeah,
all the arguments they've had. I think it's just like it is when you have somebody that you kind of feel like has been down. Once you get rid of that, kind of like the air opens up, the roof comes off, you feel a little bit of air of
right.
Yeah, so I
Taking
think
your
they'll be
mask
fired
off?
up. Yeah, I think exactly. I think they'll be fired up. I think they'll be fired up.
But I don't know if I'm taking Texans -6. I think I'd take if it was 3 maybe, but
I was about to say if it was a smaller gap for sure.
I think I would take Minshew and the Jags +6.
Well, I can tell you this: Houston's 0-4 against the spread this year. Yeah. Jacksonville's 2-2. So.
Well, we'll go over those and pay attention to Sports with Balls on all of our pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're all over them. Grant, myself, and Lauren all post our picks Sunday morning. So if you guys are gamblers, I've actually done really well this season. Grant, not so much.
You can also catch all of our podcasts on iVoxNews.com. You can get those, put them on in your car, listening to whatever you're going into work, going to pick up the kids, going to dinner.
Go to iVox News, type in Sports with Balls, or usually we're sitting up there and all, well, it's like Lauren's pretty face and then like us on the back. So
everybody's
you can
like,
get it.
Wow, we have a lot of shout outs today. First, I have
get
no
more of
mic,
that.
and now y'all are just talking to me.
Look, I went and played golf again yesterday, which is miserable. But I'm trying to get a tan so I can keep up with Lauren. Like, I'm watching.
Good luck.
So I'll go home and like turn on the TV, and I'm
luck with
like,
that.
I'm pale in comparison, and I'm like, no, I got to do something. So I figured why not work on my golf game and then try to not look too bad on camera.
You are good. You are good. So I mentioned the Raiders versus Chiefs, and I know you said John Gruden, this is a big gain for him, but I look at the stats, and they're not honestly too crazy. I'm never disappointed by the Chiefs and what they do. So, of course, Raiders have a very tough battle. Last time they played was on my birthday, on last December. It was 40-9 Chiefs.
Yep.
So
totally different
it's just
team though.
scary.
Totally different team with the Raiders. I loved what the Raiders have implemented. I like the Raiders this year. I love their run game with Josh Jacobs. I even like the way their pass game is going right now. I like the Raiders a lot. I think they're going to do some damage. I think this game's not going to look at what happened a couple of days ago on Sunday night with or Monday night with the Chiefs. I mean, that game was 6-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can go on that defensive scheme, maybe pick some things up. I mean, maybe there's an inclination to maybe slow down Mahomes a little bit.
So I look at the yards too here, and I think you're about to say something.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say you brought up Jacobs, and we look at Hilaire and what he did in Game 1 against the Texans. I mean, and ever since then he's just been going off, or being consistent rather. But comparing their stats, Jacobs' average is at 300 yards with 3 touchdowns, and Edwards is 304 with 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jacobs is more consistent. I think Edwards-Helaire had 175 yards versus the Texans or something like that. Like, I mean, he killed it. Josh Jacobs is a power runner, and he fits into a system that Gruden loves to implement: run, and maybe throw a deep ball. But I like the way the Raiders are constructed right now. I do, and even Carr can put up some great games. So this might be a shootout. Everybody thought last week or the last game with the Chiefs would be, and look, that was not a shootout.
Yeah.
Well, you got KC minus 12. KC minus 12 in this game.
I'm going Raiders plus 12.
You got
much?
over and under 55. KC, just so everybody knows, KC's 3-1 right now against the spread. The Raiders are 2-2.
I'll take KC, and I'm taking Jacksonville.
So you're going to take KC minus the 12?
I mean, not KC. I'm taking Raiders plus the 12.
Raiders plus the 12. That's good. But yeah, when you look at the stats, I mean, Carr's playing unbelievable. Carr's playing really well. They're 2-2, but his stats, what you were just putting up, in comparison to Patrick Mahomes, not too far off. I mean, very similar.
They aren't. So in regards to that, so Carr's had 8 TDs, Mahomes 11. Carr's had 1095 yards,
Yes.
and then you look at Mahomes, who had 1134.
Yeah.
So
Completion percentage, Carr's completing the ball at a high
They're
percentage.
right on.
than
I mean,
Patrick
106
Mahomes.
and 144 to 101 and 150. I mean, they're right on. Like, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Carr can put up some great numbers.
Yes.
And now, those might be a little jaded because of Mahomes' last game, but, I mean, there's still how many games they've gone through. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I would take the Raiders plus the 12.
all right. Now we move on to the Colts and the Browns, which they are both standing at 3-1, kind of like the teams tonight. Browns are first in rushing, but Chubb is out.
Yeah.
Colts have great defense and have only allowed 1 run touchdown this year, which is the lowest in the NFL of not allowed more than 20 yards, not allowed a rush for more than 20 yards. So I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. It's just if Cleveland continues to do what they have been past week 1.
Well, the biggest thing for Cleveland that helped them out as far as when you're looking at stats and numbers is they played the Cowboys last week. And so if you want to up your stats,
Coming from you, man,
yes,
that's funny.
Yes, if you
We're
wanna-
almost there, Grant. We're
Correct.
almost there.
if you want to up your stats, play the Cowboys because that'll definitely help. So yeah, absolutely. But the Colts have by far and away, whatever the Cowboys are as far as how terrible they are on defense, the Colts are unbelievable.
Yeah,
as far as points allowed, they're first in points allowed, they're first in yards allowed per game. Yards allowed per game in this NFL, the way it is right now, 236 yards a game.
That's great.
They're giving up.
Wow.
I told y'all at the beginning of the season,
fantastic.
best offensive line and best defense in football, they can make some noise. Like the Texans start off 0-4, they have 0 chance to win this division.
Well, I'm shocked. They have Indianapolis minus 1.5.
Ooh, I'm taking Indianapolis minus 1.5.
Yeah,
For sure. They must know something we don't.
I feel like Cleveland. I don't know. Cleveland's good. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, playing Dallas right now helps significally.
You stack
as
the
far as the
run.
numbers.
You stack the run. If you're Indianapolis, you stack the run. Don't let them run and make. What's his name beat you? I had a brain.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. I
Mayfield?
just kept thinking of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, that was one of the
Burrow.
advantages for them last week while they won, is because besides the fact that Dallas is terrible at defense, is Baker Mayfield didn't have to do a whole lot. They
Yeah.
had 307 yards
I
rushing.
told you there's that stat when he throws under 36 times or something like that, they win. He throws
Yes.
over 36 times, they lose. So make them run. I mean, make
about
them
the-
throw the ball.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
But it'll be interesting to see.
And like you said, like we all know this, defense wins championships. They win games, so that's really going to be the Colts.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Colts.
I agree.
This game
Absolutely.
and this season
Same as
in
pitching,
general.
you know, and hitting. Going back to the Astros winning.
Yeah, we'll find out. We will
Always
find out.
going back to
Yeah,
the
always going back.
Astros.
Astros to the ALCS, baby.
But I would be all over that Indianapolis minus 1.5 for sure.
All right.
Mark said the Cowboys put up some great numbers, except in the W column. That's
Yeah, we get it, Mark. That's hilarious. It's awesome.
Well,
You're right.
thankful for you, thankful
yes.
for Mark. I don't know if
I
it's
just-
actually thankful, but we are going there right now.
I would just,
Oh,
like I
we're
said,
in it.
Cowboys.
I'll just say again, please, y'all hope to God that the Cowboys don't play well. Just hope.
It's not that I
Because
don't.
it's fun.
Listen,
It's fun to get on the
it's
Cowboys
great
and tell them how much they suck and all
Listen,
that.
I don't
get
care
it,
what
but
media outlet you're in. It's great for the media, whatever the Cowboys do, because they're always controversial.
Be careful.
You know? So we're getting into it. They're playing the Giants. And the Giants have only scored 3 offensive touchdowns the entire season.
That's why it's good for them. They're playing the Cowboys.
So, what's the line on this one?
It's a line that makes me really nervous.
What is it? What is that?
Cowboys minus 9.5.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Yes.
The Giants?
Minus
What?
9.5. The Cowboys are 0-4 this year against the spread. I've gone with the Cowboys every game so far, and I've done this with, I bet, with my heart. The only thing that keeps me from doing that again is New York Giants are terrible.
They're
New York
bad.
Giants
I
are
know.
awful.
And they lost Saquon, which is, I mean, just
You're going to have a
Miserable.
clash of terrible. You're going to have a clash of two terrible. You got the Cowboys that are third in offense as far as points scored, and you got the Giants that are last as far as points allowed. And I mean, they're in points scored at 11.8. The Giants are averaging 11.8 points a game.
I think that this game is going to be close.
Exactly.
This is a divisional game, right? So anytime the Giants and the Cowboys get together, it's a roughneck game, right? I mean, they go at it regardless of the records. One could be 0-7, one could be 7-0, and they go at it, and it's going to be a tough game. The 9.5 points is I guess they're saying that Dallas is going to explode all of a sudden, and their defense is going to be great.
Well, the thing what I'm concerned about, what's going to happen is Dallas is going to come out. They're going to play well. Defense is going to play well. At least they're going to appear to play well because the Giants suck. And then we're going to be like, hey, everything's okay. It's all good.
Yeah,
we just won a game.
If they come out and win by 20, they're going to be like, all
Yeah,
right,
hey,
we got everything good.
Everything's fixed. And no, it's not fixed. You played the New York Giants. They're terrible. New York Giants are awful.
And if Cowboys do take the L, it'll just prove like, okay,
Oh,
this
you
is
better
actually
not.
If they-
a bad
better
team.
not take the L on Sunday, man.
If the Giants,
It's just a bad team.
if the Giants beat the Cowboys,
What are you wearing?
Mike Nolan.
What are you wearing? If the Giant, what's the bet? If the Giants
No, I'm
beat the
not
Cowboys,
gonna bet. No, I'm not betting anything on
you're
the
wearing
Cowboys.
Go
you wearing
jump in that
you
lake.
wearing Astros jersey.
I'm
Go
not,
jump in that
I'm not
lake at
betting
the golf
anything on the
course.
Cowboys anymore because the way they're playing. But I'd be shocked if the Giants score points and they lose because the Giants score points. Mike Nolan should be fired Sunday night. Like Sunday night, they should let him go.
I will say something about the Giants, though. We know, like, obviously they're terrible, but they've lost to the Steelers and the 49ers. Rams and Bears as well, but the Steelers and the 49ers.
Those are good teams, man.
Yeah, those
all
are
of those
good
are pretty
teams.
good teams. Steelers, 49ers,
And so-
the Rams can put up points, and those are decent teams.
So when you look at that, you got to have some hope.
We're making Grant a little nervous.
well, no, I'm already
That's who
nervous.
they've lost
I'm
to.
already
So,
too
okay,
late.
so
I'm
if you're-
already nervous.
So if you're nervous
Cowboys make me nervous.
if you're nervous on the 9.5 points, I got to fly over here like the presidential debate or something.
I saw they've been hanging out everywhere.
I know.
So who are you taking the 9? Are you taking the 9.5 with the cow?
Well, I can tell you this. After last week, what happened? Because they're 0-4 against the spread. Cowboys are 0-4 against the spread.
got to win one. You think?
I told myself, I was like, I'm not betting Cowboys anymore. So just because of, to honor what I
Giants
said,
plus 9.5.
Giants plus 9.5.
I'm going to take the Giants plus the 9.5 too. I don't know.
And
why,
it's only because it makes me, because the
Lauren-
Giants,
Lauren
I could
said,
see it. I could see it happen where the Giants.
No.
I mean, I think I was watching somebody that was talking about this. If you want to have Patrick Mahomes type numbers, play the Cowboys as a quarterback.
Well, yeah. I mean, right now they were talking about that today. Like all the quarterbacks that play the Cowboys right now are averaging pretty much Mahomes numbers.
Correct, or
You know,
better.
So yeah,
Or better. So,
look,
yeah, I mean, it just-
I'm taking the Giants plus the 4.5.
just
But
makes
we'll
me
have
nervous.
more on our Facebook side, Instagram side, on Twitter, everything on Sunday morning. Just get on, log on, and we'll have all of our picks on there. Mine, Grant's, Lauren will probably get a couple of games in there. She's not big on gambling, so.
No.
Well, I'm going to say one more thing about the Cowboys that pissed me off.
Oh man.
There we go.
I saw this thing that Xavier Woods, he's their safety, free safety, who's playing terrible, by the way. I mean, everybody on defense is playing terrible. But they were interviewing him. They were asking him about the effort that the team has.
Okay.
And he said, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he's like, I played 70 games. I'm not going to play hard all 70 plays.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, that's what he said. What the hell is wrong with that guy?
You want
I
that
don't-
guy on your team?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't want that guy on there
Mike
anymore.
Nolan,
I want him
listen,
gone.
if they
What do you
lose,
know?
I'll put it to you this way. If they lose, we'll move on. But if they lose to the Giants on Sunday, Mike Nolan will be fired.
He should be.
For
he
sure.
should have been fired last week.
And those are the thoughts on the Astros and the Cowboys, as you can see.
pissed.
So, yes, tonight, Bucks, Bears, and then all the games Sunday that we listed, plus more. And then Monday, Chargers versus Saints. I think that'll be a pretty fun game to see.
It should be. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, Herbert's come in as the starting quarterback
Starter.
now. And I really like this kid. I told y'all when we first started, before football season started, that I thought this kid was the best one coming out. So we're going to see. He put up a hell of a game versus Brady, and Brady just came back this past Sunday and beat him. And good for Brady, but I like the Chargers now, man. I think they're explosive. And Eckler being out hurts them, but maybe they're going to learn to throw the football more.
They played some good teams and been really competitive.
Yep.
You know, I mean, they had Tampa Bay looking terrible last week. That first half, Tom Brady did not look good in the first half. Tom Brady came back in second and made a difference. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'm interested to see New Orleans minus 7.5.
Oh, I'm taking Chargers.
I thought that too. I saw that New Orleans minus 7.5, and that was really surprising. I didn't see that.
I mean, it depends on what New Orleans team you're going to get. I've seen New Orleans play great,
Well,
and
that's
I've
the other
also
thing,
seen them
yes.
play just absolutely
You see
terrible.
them destroy Tampa Bay, and then now you see this. So yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out. That's Monday night's game. Is that what we said?
That
Yeah.
is Monday night's game.
And we might have a Tuesday night game. You know,
We may.
Yeah, it's
coming at
either
the top of the
Monday night
hour.
or Tuesday night.
Or another doubleheader on
Correct.
a Monday, like we had this past week. So who else is playing on Sunday? Panthers versus Falcons, Cardinals versus Jets, Eagles versus Steelers, Rams versus Washington, Bengals versus Ravens, Jags versus Texans. As we mentioned, Dolphins versus 49ers. Ooh, that's going to be a boring one. Broncos versus Patriots, Vikings versus Seahawks on Sunday night.
Vikings Seahawks could be interesting. I mean, I'm trying to make something out of nothing. There's just not a lot of great matchups over here. So,
No,
we'll
there's
see what
not.
happens.
We'll see what happens.
We got 10 minutes left. What we got till Thursday Night Football? Do you have anything what happened today?
I always got what happened today.
Do you?
I'm always prepared.
Oh.
I'm
I
always
wanna see
prepared.
it.
So what's today? October 8th, right?
Today's October 8th. You
October.
got it.
Well, before I do that, I just need to make sure I thank somebody.
Tosin.
Yeah, I want to thank Tosin and those guys. They are responsible for this segment.
Spell it out.
Texas AV Productions. Texas AV Productions is your event partner for all things live production, setup, designing, installation, corporate events, concerts, and touring support. If you mention Sports with Balls, and you receive a free consultation, plus 10% off your total bill. Call them at 281-241-7520 and check them out online at txavpro.com. Basically, if you want to throw a badass party or a concert, Tosin's your man.
Tosin.
There you go. All right. What is Tosin bringing to us?
So, October 8th, 2020 is today, in case you don't know. Who knows? I mean, everybody knows that nowadays, right? With their phone. I mean, you just look at your phone, it says you what date it is, right?
guess so.
Sure.
I mean,
Guess so.
you
It's like
don't
the
have
weather.
that. Yes, exactly. October 8th, 2020. So, October 8th, 1956. Did you know Yankees pitcher Don Larson throws a perfect game as New York beats the Brooklyn Dodgers 2-0 in Game 5 of the World Series? That has been the
only
only
one.
perfect game
Yep.
in World Series history.
There you go, Don Larson.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
Sweet.
October 8th, 1957. Did you know Brooklyn Dodgers announced the move to Los Angeles on this day in
Oh, wow.
1957?
Brooklyn Dodgers. How
So
weird.
Dodgers have won
So weird.
So Dodgers have won 6 total World Series. 5 of those were in LA. They only won 1 in Brooklyn.
And it's been since the 80s. I think 84,
It's been a
86 was
while.
the last one
It's
they
been a
won.
while. This one I thought was really cool.
Wasn't it Kirk Gibson?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right.
October 8th, 2018, Red Sox. Did you know that Red Sox utility Brock Holt, who, by the way, I was looking this up, Brock Holt, Texas boy, went to Rice, played at Rice, played Babes at Rice from
Sweet.
Stephenville High School, near where I'm at. Red Sox utility Brock Holt becomes first MLB player to hit for a cycle in a postseason game.
Way to go, Brock.
Yeah.
A cycle, and that was Boston beat New York
that's
16-1
big time.
in Game 3 of the AL Division Series at Yankee Stadium. October 8th, 2018, New Orleans quarterback Drew Brees became the NFL's all-time leader in passing yards.
Oh, I remember
Yep.
that. I remember
His
that.
Remember
current
that too?
total is 78,422 yards. Just so you know, Tom Brady is second with 75,693, and the next closest active to him is Phillip Rivers, who's sixth with 60,255.
Didn't y'all just bet against the Saints?
Yes,
Monday night?
because that's not that Brady.
Yeah, that's not that Drew Brees.
The
Yeah, that's
Brees.
not that Drew Brees. Oh, yeah, I said Brady. That's not that Drew Brees.
Yep.
And then last, October 8th, 1995, did you know Dolphins' Dan Marino broke Fran Tarkenton's NFL career completions record? Finished with 4,967, which currently is sixth.
Did you see that? Did you see that news thing? I guess it was a couple days ago. The biggest upset in college football history, 222-0.
Yes.
Did you look that up? I guess that was a couple of days ago, and it wasn't on obviously your Did You Know? But I thought that was interesting. I forgot who it was, but yeah, 222-0.
That's crazy.
Talk about running up the score.
That is nuts.
A birthday today, Rashawn Salam. Do you remember Rashawn Salam?
I do.
That dude, he was pretty good. Colorado, University of Colorado, Heisman Trophy winner. And then a pretty significant NFL death today in 2011, Al Davis. Al Davis died today in 2011, and we all know about Al Davis. I can't believe it's been that long. It feels like it's been closer than that.
Been a minute.
It's been a while. As owner GM, Raiders played in 5 Super Bowls and won 3 of them.
John Madden won one.
All right. Is that your today in history?
I've blown your mind enough.
All right. Love it. Love it.
Bam!
Well, this Saturday is the Red River Shootout or Showdown, whatever you want to say, because
Yeah,
I
you
know
can't
they
say
changed the
shootout
name.
anymore. They changed that.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Texas
terrible.
and OKC.
That's so terrible.
You know that the State Farm is going on, right?
Yeah.
You have to drive around in your car. You can't get out of your car.
State Fair.
State Fair. Did I say
Did you
State
say
Farm?
State Farm?
State Farm.
Sorry,
I
guys.
think you
I've
said
had
State
a
Farm.
lot going on.
You've seen that commercial too much.
Insurance included.
It's been a hell of a show today, man. It's been a rough one. Lauren,
Yeah, it has been.
Lauren might need to go home and get some
mic
sleep.
doesn't work. Like, yes.
Well, here's the thing that's weird about this game, Texas and OU.
Yeah.
Texas is ranked 22nd. Oklahoma's not.
Yeah, and the line is
great.
And Oklahoma's favored -2.5.
And Texas has the number 1 offense in football right now, in college football right now, which is interesting. I mean, obviously they lost last week, a terrible loss, but that line is very interesting. Like, if you want my picks, I mean, look, if you're going to gamble before Sunday's games, I would take tonight Tampa Bay minus the 3.5, and I would take Texas plus the 1.5.
I would take
parlay both of those.
2.5. I would take Texas
2.5.
plus the 2.5, and because it makes no sense that they're at a point where they've lost a game. There are
And
a lot
OU's
more.
like starting over too. Like, I mean,
They have one of the youngest rosters.
Yeah,
and
it's
Texas
crazy.
has one of the most experienced. And there's no reason they should have lost the game to TCU, but they did. And
yeah,
I think
mean,
Texas is going to win it.
I do too.
I mean, right? Yeah. I mean, the quarterback's been there. It's his senior year. Like you said, the experience is there. Texas
Yeah, the
is up
senior-
in a
yes.
record of 1 game more, 2-1, 1-2, and 4 OK. So we'll see what happens on Saturday.
Oklahoma's
with the college boys.
0-2. Oklahoma's 0-2 in conference for the first time since John Blake,
In
and that's been a
conference.
long time.
Yeah, I
long
mean,
time.
that's what I don't understand how they put the Texas plus 2. If you got your bookie and it's plus 2.5, go ahead and take that.
Go Texas.
And then
Yeah.
we forgot to
Hook 'em.
mention the bye for these guys as the Lions and the Packers. So they will be out on Sunday and, of course, on Monday as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us here.
Yeah, we're sitting up here at
For Sports
Chris's
with Balls.
tailgate. I mean,
Yes.
the Astros won, then everybody kind of went home. We
Yes.
get it. We get it.
I know, we understand. We got
Well,
it.
I mean, look, unfortunately, I hated how the MLB starting these Astros games at 2:00 in the afternoon. Like, at least give us one night game. But hey, now we're in the ALCS, and they will all be night games. I can promise you that.
Yeah, it's just so it just interrupts
People
your
day
golfing
drinking and
schedule.
get home.
You know,
It does. It messes up my golf. Like,
Yeah.
it just pissed off. Now I gotta
Yeah.
it's
Sorry.
annoying.
Terrible.
Yeah, sorry you got to golf while we got to work.
I gotta work on my tan, Lauren. I gotta stand next to you a lot, and look. Do I look tan enough? See, I'm looking at myself. I do not.
You look red.
I look
kinda look-
red.
yeah,
yeah.
Mr.
I got a lot of
Krabs.
Indian in me, so when I get burned, I get red. Anyways,
Gotcha.
5 minutes from now, we got the Buccaneers and Bears kicking off. We're up here at Christmas Tailgate. Y'all want a good place to come watch the football game? Get up here. They've got great deals on food. Best hamburger in Houston. Drinks, everything. We'll be here for a little bit, but come watch the game up here. Anything else? Anything else?
For sure. Thank you so much for all of you tuning in. Once again, drop a like, drop a share on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Thank you, Niku. Today
Go
for
Astros, baby.
producing.
Go ahead and hate
For
us all you want. We're
producing
back in the ALCS
Go
for
Astros.
straight
4 straight
years.
years.
So for Jeff Michael, Lauren Leo, Graham Miles, this is Sports with Balls. We out.
Peace.
6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.